Beloved, I am here to tell you how this chapter of your life will conclude. The outcome has already been written in my book, and it declares victory over your life. What I have prepared for you will leave you speechless. The breakthrough that is coming will be so complete, so undeniable, so thoroughly saturated with my fingerprints that everyone who witnesses it will know beyond any shadow of doubt that only I could have orchestrated this kind of transformation. What started with tears streaming down your face in the middle of the night will finish with joy overflowing from a heart that has been made whole. What commenced in uncertainty, in fear, in the suffocating weight of circumstances that seem too heavy to bear, will conclude in triumph that is so complete, so undeniable, so thoroughly saturated with my fingerprints that everyone who witnesses it will know beyond any shadow of doubt that only I could have orchestrated this kind of turnaround. You have been walking through a season that tested you in ways you never anticipated. When this chapter of your life began, you had no idea how intense the pressure would become. You had no concept of how deep the refining process would go. You could not have imagined the number of tears you would cry, the sleepless nights you would endure, the moments when you would question whether you had the strength to take even one more step forward. This season asked more of you than you thought you had to give. It demanded a level of faith that felt impossible to maintain. It required you to keep believing when every shred of visible evidence suggested that believing was the most foolish thing you could possibly do. But you did it anyway. You kept going when quitting would have been so much easier. You kept praying when your prayers felt like they were disappearing into a void. You kept trusting me when trust made absolutely no logical sense based on what you could see with your natural eyes. And that perseverance, that stubborn refusal to let go of me no matter how dark things got, has positioned you for a breakthrough that is about to shatter every limitation the enemy tried to impose on your life. Let me show you something about how I have been working during this season that you could not see from your limited perspective. While you were crying out to me in prayer, I was dispatching angels to minister to you. While you were feeling alone, I was surrounding you with an invisible army that the enemy could not penetrate. While you were believing that nothing was changing, I was rearranging entire systems in the spiritual realm to position you for breakthrough. You only saw what was visible. I was working in dimensions you cannot access with natural senses. Think about what happened with Elisha and his servant when they were surrounded by an enemy army. The servant looked with natural eyes and saw only the overwhelming opposition. He panicked. He asked Elisha what they were going to do, and Elisha prayed that God would open the servant's eyes to see what was really happening. When his eyes were opened to the spiritual dimension, he saw that the mountain was full of horses and chariots of fire surrounding them. The army he thought was about to destroy them was actually outnumbered by the heavenly forces protecting them. He just could not see it until his eyes were opened. That same dynamic has been operating in your life during this difficult season. You saw the opposition, you felt the pressure, you experienced the attacks, and from your perspective, it looked like you were outnumbered, overpowered, about to be overwhelmed. But if your spiritual eyes could have been opened to see what was really happening, you would have seen me standing between you and every attack. You would have seen angels working on your behalf. You would have seen doors being opened in the realm of the spirit before they manifested in the realm of the natural. You would have seen me moving pieces into position, orchestrating circumstances, touching hearts, preparing the way for the breakthrough that is now arriving. The season you walked through was never as hopeless as it felt. The situation was never as dire as it appeared. The outcome was never in doubt from my perspective. I knew how this was going to end before it began. I saw the victory before you ever faced the battle. And I was working the entire time to bring you to this moment, to bring you through that season, to bring you into this new chapter, to bring you to the place where everything I promised becomes everything you experience. Now I need to talk to you about something that is going to be critical as you step into this season of victory. You are going to need to guard your heart against pride. When the breakthrough manifests, when the blessing arrives, when people start noticing that something has shifted in your life, there is going to be a temptation to take credit for what only I could do. There is going to be a subtle whisper in your mind suggesting that your faith was strong enough, your prayers were good enough, your obedience was complete enough to earn this breakthrough. And if you listen to that whisper, if you allow pride to take root, it will poison everything I am giving you. Pride is what caused Lucifer to fall from heaven. Pride is what turned a worship leader into the adversary. Pride is what transforms blessing into a curse. Pride is the deadly sin that masquerades as healthy confidence, and it is one of the enemy's most effective tools for destroying people who survive his attacks of doubt and fear. If he cannot get you to quit in the valley, he will try to get you to stumble on the mountain. If he cannot defeat you through hardship, he will try to corrupt you through blessing. If he cannot make you doubt my goodness when things are bad, he will try to make you forget my goodness when things are good. So I am warning you ahead of time. When the victory comes, remember whose victory it is. When the breakthrough arrives, remember who broke through for you. When the blessing manifests, remember who blessed you. None of this is about your greatness. All of it is about mine. None of this came from your strength. All of it flowed from mine. None of this was achieved through your ability. All of it was accomplished through my faithfulness. You were simply faithful to keep trusting me. I was the one who moved heaven and earth to prove myself trustworthy. Stay humble. Stay grateful. Stay dependent on me. The moment you start thinking you have figured it all out, the moment you begin believing you can maintain this level of blessing through your own wisdom, the moment you drift into thinking you are self-sufficient, that is the moment things will start to unravel. Not because I am vengeful or cruel, but because pride creates cracks in the foundation. Pride opens doors to the enemy that I cannot protect you from because you have chosen to walk in territory I warned you to avoid. So keep your heart soft, keep your spirit teachable, keep your posture humble, and the blessing I am releasing will not only arrive, it will remain. There is something else you need to know about this victory. It is not just about you experiencing relief from the difficulty you walked through. It is about you being positioned to help others who are walking through similar difficulties. The testimony you are gaining through this season is going to become a tool in my hand to minister to multitudes. The lessons you learned in the fire are going to equip you to pull others out of their fires. The breakthrough you are receiving is going to give you credibility to speak into the lives of people who are still believing for their breakthroughs. This is why the enemy fought you so hard. He knew that if you made it through, if you emerged victorious, if you came out with your faith intact and your testimony powerful, you would become a threat to his operation in the lives of countless others. Every person you encourage through your testimony is a person he loses influence over. Every believer you strengthen through your story is a believer he cannot defeat through lies. Every seeker you point to me through your witness is a soul he cannot claim for his kingdom. Your victory is not just about your personal freedom. It is about you becoming a weapon of mass liberation in my hands. So when people start asking you how you made it through, do not minimize what you went through. Do not downplay the difficulty. Do not sanitize your story to make it more palatable. Tell the truth. Tell them about the nights you cried yourself to sleep. Tell them about the moments you wanted to quit. Tell them about the times you could not feel my presence but chose to trust me anyway. Tell them about the battles you fought and the losses you endured and the pain you carried. And then tell them about me. Tell them how I showed up when you needed me most. Tell them how I provided when you had nothing left. Tell them how I carried you when you could not walk. Tell them how I proved myself faithful even when you struggled to remain faithful. That testimony is powerful. That story has the ability to change lives. That witness carries an anointing that can break chains off people who have been bound for years. Because when people hear what you went through and see that you made it to the other side, hope rises in their hearts. When they hear how I showed up for you, faith is activated in them that I will show up for them too. When they see the transformation in your life, they start believing that transformation is possible for their lives as well. You are becoming a living epistle, a walking testimony, a breathing demonstration of my faithfulness. And that is going to be your greatest ministry. Not a program you run, or an event you organize, or a platform you build. Your greatest ministry is going to be your life. The way you walk out your faith, the way you respond to challenges, the way you worship in the wilderness, the way you trust me in the darkness, the way you give me glory when the breakthrough comes. People are going to watch your life, and they are going to encounter me through you. That is what it means to be my ambassador. That is what it looks like to be salt and light. That is the reality of being a city on a hill that cannot be hidden. You are not called to be perfect. You are called to be authentic. You are not called to have all the answers. You are called to know the one who does. You are not called to never struggle. You are called to show people how to trust me in the middle of the struggle. And that is exactly what you have been doing during this season. You have been developing a testimony. You have been gaining a story. You have been acquiring ammunition for spiritual warfare that is going to set captives free. Let me tell you something about the nature of breakthrough that few people understand. Breakthrough is not something you create through human effort. Breakthrough is something you receive through divine intervention. You can position yourself for breakthrough through obedience, through faithfulness, through persistence in prayer and trust. But you cannot manufacture breakthrough. You cannot force breakthrough. You cannot manipulate breakthrough into existence. Breakthrough comes when I decide the time is right. Breakthrough manifests when I determine that all the pieces are in place. Breakthrough arrives when I determine that the season has shifted, and I am decreeing it now. Over your life, over your situation, over your family, over your finances, over your health, over your future, I am decreeing breakthrough. I am speaking victory where there has been defeat. I am declaring freedom where there has been bondage. I am pronouncing healing where there has been sickness. I am announcing provision where there has been lack. I am establishing restoration where there has been loss. This is not a prediction. This is a decree. This is not wishful thinking. This is prophetic declaration. What I have spoken in the heavenly realm is about to manifest in the earthly realm. What I have decreed in eternity is about to appear in time. What I have established in the spiritual is about to become visible in the physical. You have been faithful in the season of difficulty. You remained true when things were hard. You kept believing when belief seemed foolish. You continued trusting when trust made no logical sense. And now, I am rewarding that faithfulness. I am honoring that perseverance. I am responding to that trust by releasing into your life more than you asked for, more than you imagined, more than you thought was possible for someone like you. This is how I work. This is what I do for those who refuse to quit on me. I show up in their darkest hour. I break through when they have held on until they have nothing left to hold on with. I manifest my power in ways that leave them breathless and everyone watching them amazed. Your breakthrough is not just for you. It is for everyone who has been watching your struggle. There are people observing your life who are facing their own battles. They have been watching to see if staying faithful to God really makes a difference. They have been wondering if trusting me is worth the cost. They have been questioning whether I am real, whether I am good, whether I actually care about what happens to my children. Your victory is going to answer those questions. Your testimony is going to strengthen their faith. Your breakthrough is going to give them hope that if God did it for you, He can do it for them too. So when the manifestation comes, when the breakthrough arrives, when the victory becomes visible, give me the glory. Tell the story of how I brought you through. Point people to the faithfulness of your God. Let them know that what they are seeing is not the result of your greatness, but the demonstration of mine. Let them know that you do not have all the answers, but you know the one who does. Let them know that you are not strong in yourself, but you serve a God who is strong on your behalf. This is how my name gets lifted up. This is how my reputation spreads. This is how people who do not know me yet are drawn to me. They see what I do in the lives of my faithful children, and they want that for themselves. I want to speak to something that you have been afraid to hope for because hoping for it and being disappointed again would hurt too much. There is a specific area of your life where the pain has gone so deep, where the disappointment has been so consistent, where the waiting has stretched so long that you have almost given up believing anything will ever change. You have tried to surrender it. You have attempted to accept that maybe this is just how things are going to be. You have worked to make peace with a reality that breaks your heart every time you think about it. But the longing will not go away. The hope keeps resurfacing. The desire keeps returning even though you try to suppress it because you are afraid that hoping will only lead to more heartbreak. I see that place in your heart. I know what you have been carrying there. I understand how much courage it takes for you to even allow yourself to want what you want in that area. And I am telling you right now that the breakthrough is coming. What has been broken in that specific area is being repaired. What has been dead is being resurrected. What seemed impossible is being made possible. Not because you finally did the right thing or prayed the right prayer or had enough faith, but because my timing has arrived, because the season is turning, because I have decided that now is the moment to move in that area of your life in ways that will restore your hope and prove that I have not forgotten the desires of your heart. When it happens, when you see movement in that area you thought was permanently stuck, when you experience change in the situation you believed would never shift, you are going to weep. Not tears of sorrow this time, tears of joy, tears of relief, tears of worship, because you are going to recognize that only I could have done this. Only I could have taken something so broken and made it whole. Only I could have resurrected something that was dead. Only I could have turned around a situation that seemed absolutely hopeless. And in that moment, all the pain of the waiting is going to be worth it. All the tears of the difficult season are going to make sense. All the questions you had about why it took so long are going to be answered. There is something else I need you to understand as you prepare to step into this new season. The victory I am giving you is complete. It is not partial. It is not conditional. It is not fragile. It is established, secured, rooted in my unchanging character. You do not have to worry that it is going to be snatched away at the last minute. You do not have to fear that something is going to go wrong and ruin everything. You do not have to live in anxiety that you are going to mess this up somehow. I am the one establishing this victory. I am the one securing this breakthrough. I am the one orchestrating this turnaround. And what I establish cannot be undone by the enemy, by circumstances, or even by your own mistakes. Yes, you will still face challenges in this new season. I am not promising you a life with zero difficulties, but you are going to face those challenges from a completely different position. You are not going to be fighting for victory. You are going to be fighting from victory. You are not going to be striving to overcome. You are going to be walking in the reality that you have already overcome through me. You are not going to be hoping that things will work out. You are going to be confident that they already have worked out in the spiritual realm, and it is only a matter of time before the physical realm catches up with what is already true in the eternal realm. This is what it means to walk by faith. Faith does not deny current circumstances. Faith sees beyond current circumstances to eternal realities. Faith does not pretend that problems do not exist. Faith declares that problems are temporary, but God is eternal, and what is eternal always outlasts what is temporary. Faith does not ignore the battle. Faith stands in the battle with the confidence that the outcome has already been decided in heaven, and what heaven declares will manifest on earth. I am calling you to walk in that level of faith as you enter this new season. I am calling you to live like someone who knows they have already won. I am calling you to speak like someone who is confident that what God promised will come to pass. I am calling you to act like someone who understands that the breakthrough is not something you have to create through your effort, but something you receive from my hand through your faith. This posture, this mindset, this way of walking through life is what will sustain the blessing long after the initial excitement fades. This is what will keep you grounded when the elevation comes. This is what will protect you from pride when the promotion arrives. So celebrate, not arrogantly, not in a way that forgets where you came from or who brought you through, but genuinely, joyfully, gratefully. Celebrate that you made it. Celebrate that the season of difficulty is ending. Celebrate that what began in struggle is concluding in victory. Celebrate that the promise that seems so far away is now manifesting right in front of your eyes. Celebrate that I was faithful, even when you struggled to remain faithful. Celebrate that I never let go of you, even when you felt like you were losing your grip. Celebrate that I carried you through when you thought you could not take one more step on your own. The enemy wanted this season to break you. I used this season to make you. The enemy intended for this trial to destroy your faith. I allowed this trial to strengthen your faith. The enemy planned for this difficulty to drive you away from me. I orchestrated this difficulty to draw you closer to me. What was meant for your harm, I have transformed for your good. What was designed to defeat you has actually prepared you for your greatest victories. What looked like the end of your story is actually the setup for your most powerful chapter. Let me tell you about the spiritual warfare that was happening during this season that you could not see. While you were feeling attacked and overwhelmed, I was actually using every attack as an opportunity to train you. The enemy thought he was destroying you. I was using his attacks to develop you into a warrior, Every lie he whispered was teaching you to recognize and reject lies. Every fear he tried to plant was training you to stand firm in faith. Every discouragement he sent was building in you a determination that cannot be shaken. He was unwittingly becoming my training partner, helping me prepare you for battles that are coming. And now you are dangerous to his kingdom in ways you were not before. Before this season, you were a believer. Now you are a warrior. Before this season, you had faith. Now you have tested faith, proven faith, battle-hardened faith. Before this season, you knew about me. Now you know me. There is a difference between knowing about someone and knowing them personally, intimately, deeply. This season forced you into a level of intimacy with me that comfortable circumstances could never produce. When everything else was stripped away, when every other support system failed, when every human helper proved insufficient, you discovered that I am enough. Not just barely enough, abundantly enough, more than enough. Sufficient for every need, every fear, every question, every crisis. That knowledge is going to sustain you through everything that comes next. That intimate knowing of my sufficiency is going to be your anchor when storms arise. That deep conviction that I am faithful is going to be your foundation when everything around you shakes. And that unshakable confidence in my goodness is going to be your testimony that draws others to me. People are tired of religious theory. They want to see real faith demonstrated in real life. And you are about to become that demonstration. You are going to be the evidence they need that faith in me is not wishful thinking, but powerful reality. Think about what you have learned about me during this season. You have learned that I am present even when I feel absent. You have discovered that I am working even when you cannot see any evidence of it. You have experienced that I am faithful even when circumstances suggest otherwise. You have proven that I am good even when life is hard. These are not theological concepts you memorized. These are lived realities you have experienced. And that experiential knowledge is unshakable. People can argue with your theology. They cannot argue with your testimony. You know what you know because you have lived it, walked through it, survived it. This is what I do. This is who I am. I am the God who redeems, the God who restores, the God who takes broken pieces and creates masterpieces, the God who turns mourning into dancing, ashes into beauty, despair into hope, defeat into triumph. And I am doing all of that in your life right now. The transformation is happening. The turnaround is in motion. The victory is manifesting. And very soon, you are going to look at your life and marvel at what I have done. You are going to tell your story and people are going to be amazed. You are going to reflect on this season and recognize it for what it truly was. Not abandonment, not punishment, not random suffering, but strategic preparation for a promotion that required you to be refined before you could receive it. Everything you went through was working for you, not against you. Everything you endured was preparing you, not destroying you. Everything that hurt you was actually healing you at levels deeper than the pain. And now, the preparation is complete. The refining is finished. The training is done. And you are ready. Ready to receive. Ready to step up. Ready to walk through the open door into everything I've prepared for you. So go forward with confidence. Step into this new season with faith. Receive what I am releasing with gratitude. And watch what I do. Watch how I move. Watch how I provide. Watch how I protect. Watch how I promote. Watch how I prove myself faithful in ways that exceed everything you believed I could do. This is your season. This is your time. This is your moment of breakthrough, of victory, of triumph. And I am with you every step of the way, not just watching from a distance, but walking beside you, in you, through you, making sure that you not only reach the destination, but that you become who you need to be in the process of getting there. What began in difficulty is ending in victory. What started with tears is finishing with triumph. What commenced in uncertainty is concluding with confidence. What opened with fear is closing with faith. This is the decree that was issued in heaven concerning your life. This is the verdict that was written before you ever entered this season. This is the promise that has sustained you through every dark moment. And now, this is the reality that is manifesting before your eyes. I am in the middle of the field with you. I am fighting your battles. I am opening your doors. I am making your way. And together we are going to see things happen in your life that will cause even you to marvel at what I can do when someone simply trusts me and says yes to my plans. The season is turning, the page is flipping, the chapter is changing. And what is written on the next page of your story is victory. Complete victory. Total victory. Overwhelming victory. Not because you are strong enough to achieve it, but because I am faithful enough to give it. Not because you deserve it, but because I delight in blessing my children. Not because you figured out the formula, but because I love you, and I have chosen to show that love by transforming everything in your life that the enemy tried to destroy. So walk forward in confidence. Not confidence in yourself, but confidence in me. Not trust in your ability, but trust in my faithfulness. Not reliance on your resources, but dependence on my provision. I am with you. I am for you. I am working everything together for your good. And the season you are entering is going to exceed every expectation you have ever had about what is possible for your life. This is your time. This is your moment. This is your season of victory, of blessing, of breakthrough. And I am walking every step of this journey with you. What began in difficulty is ending in victory. What started with tears is finishing with triumph. What commenced in uncertainty is concluding with confidence. What opened with fear is closing with faith. This is my promise to you. This is my covenant with you. This is my word over your life. And heaven and earth will pass away before my word fails. You are victorious. You are blessed. You are loved. You are chosen. You are called. You are anointed. And you are about to see with your own eyes everything I have been preparing for you. Amen. If this message touched your heart, share it with someone who needs to hear these words. Type Amen in the comments to receive this blessing. This is your season of breakthrough, and God is faithful to complete what He started in your life. Share this message with someone who is in their difficult season, believing for their victory. Let them know that what God did for you, He will do for them. May you walk in the fullness of everything God has prepared for you, and may your testimony strengthen the faith of everyone who hears your story.